Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me. Today, I'd just like to tell you, there's nothing to report. That surprised you, didn't it? Well, there may well be things going on in the world. I haven't really looked at my emails yet. I don't have a television, so I've no idea what's going on in the mainstream news. I haven't watched any YouTube videos this morning, and so I don't know what's happening. So as far as this video is concerned, there is nothing to report. And isn't that nice? Isn't that nice for a change, to sort of wake up in the morning and actually think, no, there's no fear. There's no fear. I'm not fearful today. I'm not put into some sort of, oh God, this has just happened, or Mr. Starmer has just announced this, or the council are going to do that, or the World Economic Forum have decided to do the other. No, as far as I'm concerned, there is nothing to report. And what a lovely thing that is. And so, because of that, because I haven't checked my emails, because I don't have Facebook anymore, I don't do Instagram, I don't do Twitter, I don't do a plethora of these other things. And apparently now we can't go and look on BitChute because the UK have been banned from it. Although actually you could use a VPN. But because of all of that, I've decided to come out into a bit of nature. I'm down at the local park here, and it's very lovely. We did have to wait a little bit because adjacent to the park is a hospital, and in the hospital there's a road sweeper, and a road sweeper has a noise, and even though you try to sort of escape noise and have a little bit of stuff, so that's really the only thing I can report. The thing I can tell you is that in the hospital car park there's a road sweeper. That really made your day, didn't it? I actually can also, if I look up on this beautiful blue sky day, of which we've had quite a bit, there is some trails in the sky, but they're fading away quite rapidly, so maybe they're just contrails. Today they're contrails. As far as I'm concerned, they're not chemtrail. We know that chemtrailing is going on, of course, and we know that we've seen, I mean, did we not live through the worst winter for blanket skies? I think we did. But today, my positive outlook has told me there is nothing to report. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm smoking my pipe. I'm smoking Samuel Gulwith's Perfection. And I can tell you, it is perfection. It is a very nice, I believe it's got Lacatier in it, but I don't know, I haven't actually looked up. I was watching somebody else who was saying that it had Lacatier in it, so I'm going to take their word for it. What do I know? And so what will I be doing? Will I, with this information that there is nothing to report, what am I going to do with that information? Well, I'm going to have a lovely day, actually. Today I'm going to write a bit more on my book, which is coming out fairly soon, for those who are interested, about Biggleswick, the town that wouldn't comply. I might have to write a chapter in there. There was nothing to report. People had a lovely time. Isn't it time that we had a lovely time, a day in which you just think, do you know what, I'm not going to check all this social media. I'm not going to be influenced by all these big channels that tell you, you know, look out, look behind you. There's something really scary happening. Imagine every day there's nothing to report. Life is just fun. Life is just going about doing its thing. There's no nasty things to worry about. I'm sure there are nasty things happening in the world, but I can't do anything about it, can I? I mean, if there's somebody who is being beaten up in China or locked in their room or they're starving in some other country, I can't actually do anything about it. And it reminds me really of the old days when people didn't have communications. They were in their village. The best thing they knew was really what Mrs. Miggs was doing across the road, or what the farmer was doing in the field, tilling his thing. Or a stranger, an itinerant traveller, would pop in with pots and pans for sale, and people would go up and say, oh, what's the gossip? What are they doing in the next village? And that was the sum total of people's knowledge. And in many ways, I think that's rather nice. You're not too worried about all the other evils, all the other pressures, all the other nasties that are going on. You're just worried about what, have they got their ploughing in before we have? Are their lines straight on the field? Have they sown their spring barley already? These are the things that mattered to people, and it was important. Now we find the most irrelevant things so important. And we're watching advertisements that tell us that we've got to keep up with the Joneses, or if we don't do this, we must be foolish, or we must buy this because it's an absolute bargain. It reminds me of a time when I think one of the black sales at Christmas, those big sort of American type sales, and someone was carrying a television out of a shop after having beaten loads of other people to get to it. Not literally beaten, although in some cases that has happened too. And there was a reporter there saying, well, why have you bought that television? And they said, oh, I don't know, it was a bargain. I wouldn't ordinarily have bought that television, but because it was a bargain, I bought it. And we're being influenced to do things that we don't necessarily need to do we? So why not, for a time, just chill out? Have a day off from all the news. Have a day off from the videos that are frightening you. Have a day off from the adverts. Go outside. Strike up your pipe. Enjoy the sunshine. And say, sod all that fear-mongering. I'm just going to have a nice day. Good luck. I'll see you on the next one.